Peace, love, and light to all my carbon beings out there. How y'all doing? Just want to touch up on something real quick about whoa. Before I do so, gotta move over. Gotta do so. So I think about talking about now. Yeah, I just want to say, I know they say, you know, our hires, hey, you might say our higher selves may be within us, but it's not activated. They're not activated to be going to war for now. I know these times, I ain't gonna lie, even when I was younger, like during these times, depending on, I do feel like I have a rage that I want to begin to beat down these orcs. I feel like it's something that wants to come out to me. Want to burst out with fury from these orcs. And I walk and travel at times outside, enjoy nature. You know, Mother Kai, I love her dearly. I love her dearly. There are times I go out, look at the sun. I see the trees, the green grass, and all the leaves and from the trees and stuff. You got certain carbon beings might look at you weird, you know, like you crazy or something like that. You know, at times I feel the trees, I feel the energies. It's like I feel the senses of the trees and the grass. It's like they like happy, and then they don't seem happy. So it's like half and half to me, in my perspective, because with these orcs, what are they doing? And then, I mean, you have these orcs, you stamping stuff on trees, on our creator. You putting the marks and you're writing it down, you're scrapping on trees, like, really? Come on now. But as far as the happy unhappy part I'm speaking of, these trees, I can feel it. They're not so happy. And it's like I'm pretty sure they as well, they want to put out work too. And you marking them. I mean, you leaving crap near the dirt where the roots at. Disrespectful. Especially with they dogs or whatever, or if a dog loose or whatever, you know, the nasty behind mutts. You sit down, you crap right on next to the tree and stuff. And I know cats do as well. Ew. But besides that, these orcs, I know nature is not happy, of course. And I just be feeling it. It's like I can feel it and I can sense it. It's like, and it's like when I think of something and I have a touch on it, it kind of feels like it takes me back on time as the so-called slavery, what these orcs had done to us. Hung us on trees. I mean, you burn us. And the trees is like they sit there and they just not happy. And it's like they sad because of what they are doing. You're weakening up nature. You cut us all sorts of ways. You hang us on the trees and along with them. And I spoke about this before and I heard this before. Of a unique being, a unique carbon being. A long time ago I heard they used to bury us underneath the ground. They buried us. Just like the Muslims do. When they say that, you know, the Muslim carbon beings, they Muslim, when they flesh dies here, they wrap around this wrap, or I heard they wash them up like maybe a couple of times and they pray, which is bacon. And they do that. And then next thing you know, I don't know, they put some ointment, whatever they do onto them, they clean them up though. I think they leave their brains inside their in their heads. Leave all their body parts inside of them, but they wash them up. Then they wrap them up like it's like like what the Egyptians do too. They wrap them up. They take something, they pull the brain out the head, and then it comes out the nose. They use something, they take it out, and they take certain parts like the organs and the heart, and they place them in these jars and stuff. And then they open the body up, and they some stuff they make in the puzzle, I guess, cleanse the body. As an example, when they bury you, they take some of the parts of your stuff out your body, and they put this white stuff they put inside you. And I guess this would not give you a smell and your body don't rot or whatever and all that. I heard they usually do that. And they cut you up and all that, and they stitch you back up. But the Egyptians do something like that. They, take your stuff out your body, replace them in these jars and stuff. And I don't know, they got Egyptian faces on there though, because jars they do. And I just happens yeah, it's like as I think about it, it's like somebody telling me something I think about it. It's like I have a mind vision think on it. I don't speak on it as much as if I know, but and then I heard the trees, the roots. If I'm not mistaken, this is what I feel like I'm remembering what I heard. A unit carbon being told me they stopped burying us, like naturally buries us from the ground. Don't cover nothing, don't take nothing out, just put us in the ground, just put us there. No matter what we have on, they put us there. And I heard they stopped doing that because the trees give out information. And I think the trees or whatever ancestors that's probably above, they watch all this, and these orcs around, they get I guess nightmares, and they get haunted by nature, because they seen what the nature sees and what they doing to us. Yeah, and I heard when they buried us, because the organ parts of our body have some sort of signal, some sort of connection, I guess, as far as the roots, especially from the head, which you got the brain and all that. And I guess it gives information that tells on what they did, is what these darn orcs did to us. So I guess they start picking up how do they know such and such? I don't know if the nature came possessed them and told them straight up. Nature told them, these orcs, straight up, y'all did this and this will happen, and and they was panicking, so scared, and then I guess I feel as though they ain't doing this no more. And I guess they kept doing it until they dumbed down brain, still keep doing dumb stuff like it's sweet. Then I guess they realized, okay, dang, fine, let's not bury them and just bury them, under the ground. We gotta have to cover, use something to build on. We had something to build for their bodies to stay on there and stuff. And yeah, and I heard the orcs, they stopped burying us automatically just on the ground. Just put us they put something over. And if I'm not mistaken, they might still be doing out there, because my father told me at times it was I forgot where he was at, but it was lakes and stuff. You had the children going down there playing in the water and the stones and stuff in there in the river. I heard it was dead bodies. The carbon beings and dead bodies there, and the darn orcs that be on the other side. I heard they killed a lot. Certain carbon beings walk on the road. They call us names and all that stuff, and then they see us and end up killing us or beat us up if we're lucky to make it out alive. And it's crazy. But yes, all this reason why I brought about the trees. Yes, it's because I see that, it's like I feel it. Like the trees, they just like, man. And and of course they've been here before we have, and they created us, of course. And it's just this like a warm heat feeling I could feel. I said, then it's like all that feeling goes inside me, like it's not happy. And it's like when I touch the tree, I go back. It's like back in the so-called slavery days, and I put my hand on the tree. It's like I can feel it, like, man, this don't feel so good. What these orcs done. Trees going through it, the chemtrails and stuff, and then they just putting stuff on the trees and messing around with the trees and all sorts of crap. I mean, I was like, man, And these fools, they take our organs out. It's just like in a Christian way. They just put you in the casket, sit you in there. Take your organs and brains and stuff out. Sit your body in there. They stitch you up and all that. When they finish cutting you up, taking your stuff out, sit your body up in there. So I heard it because so you don't get information, or the trees don't get no connection as far as you and start noticing. But either way, cosmos and nature still sees it. They still see it. It's like you can't hide. You can't hide for your crimes. You can't hide for what you've done to us. You can't. You can't hide. You can't hide for what y'all orcs done. No matter how y'all trying to rephrase it or trying to do, y'all making it much worse. And regardless, whether y'all try to fix it, everything back, it's already too late. You can't, because things have to be in balance. Nature belongs with nature, not something that don't belong here, that not supposed to be existence here. You can't stay here forever. Warned you, leave now. No, you stay here. Want to think it's sweet, have your vacation, celebrating all this stuff. Guess what? And got a lot of y'all getting killed up and getting murdered by nature. And a lot of our carbon beings is catching rack on y'all too. So yeah, man, I just be feeling the grass, and it's like I see some of them. Oh, the happy parts about it is like they happy because they get that sun coming, beaming on them, it's making them feel good. It's increasing them. It's like it's vibrating, making them feel good. Get rid of the unhappiness, and then they notice it's time. Like these nature knows they will be destroyed. So I'm pretty sure that's what they happy about. Cat inside the cabin and stuff. Shit. So yeah, I was just walking around. I get looks and stuff. I'm pretty sure they sensing some stuff off me and all that. And I just had my mind on nature and all that. I had my mind on what's what's going on, what I'm doing now and in the future and in the past. Stuff like that. And this dream realm I had, and it's always like I used to remember so much. I can say some parts I felt like in my dream, if I'm not mistaken. How you might say something different on a video, the next thing you know, you say one thing on the video, then you might say something different afterward. I had a dream. I was in a dream realm. I had, as far as I remember, it was me and Raynu again. Me and Raynu again. And I felt like we had a conversation yesterday about these darn orcs that be taking some of our carbon beings and it's got in this place, and it's like a door, like a metal thick door they got in there, and it's like you walk through there, and that's me. Before I get to that, but we had a conversation about some stuff like that, about carbon beings being taken by orcs, and orcs examining them and have them all like locked up in a cage and all that stuff. It's like parts I had a dream when I was in this big behind, cause like a complex building or something like that. But it was a big tall building, and me and Raynu, we was searching around to see what we can find that's not natural. If it's nothing ain't natural, we was devouring that stuff. And he was giving me instructions. He was leading me to certain things. And the certain things I was just looking through, and he was just looking at some things. And it's like when I see this big old building, it was like a abandoned building anyway. Like a abandoned complex building. It was a big building. And I feel like we were just, if I'm not mistaken, we was putting out work. We were just destroying these orcs. We were just getting at them. We was getting at them. And the place was mostly empty anyway. It was a little bit of orcs. It's just like before I got into the dream realm, I wouldn't be shocked. Nature or whatever, it was already killed most of them. And then there was some left. But as far as I got in there, I felt myself walking in this building. But then before we walked in the building, me and him was talking, we associating, like, okay, we're going to walk up in here. We're going to, everything, these orcs in here, everything, and see who's up in there. It was like basically carbon beans in there. We save them, like take them, put them somewhere safely. And, yeah, we would just get rid of the orcs. They were just disappearing. It's like we did something and we used our minds and did something like that. In the dream realm, we were swinging, did some swings, maybe some kicks and something like that, and use our hand and we using some energy, and it done. And yeah, We went in there. We was looking through some things inside a big old building, searching, trying to make sure there was no orcs around. So we was looking through the building too, and all that stuff. Yeah, we looking through the buildings and stuff like that, just making sure everything's secure. No orcs left on the planet. Yeah, we did, truly. Yep. And it was like, I know it's so much more we did. It's like we was going to other places and we were just dominating orcs. It was just me and him. Me and Rain New, just me and him. It's like we was the only if I'm not mistaken, we was like the main only carbon beings that was there. And you have others, they was seem like they was panicking. If I'm not mistaken, if I can remember, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to make nothing up. As far as I remember when I see in my dream, but I did have a dream realm of me and Ranu was getting to these orcs. We was getting at them, and then we was trying to clear the place up. And buildings, certain buildings was already breaking down. Certain buildings was breaking down because we was putting out work out there. And I know that a lot of orcs was panicking too. They were scared because they knew what time it was. Like you had certain carbon beings, it was like some of them running. And a lot of I ain't gonna say a lot of orc beings, but it was some orc beings. And the sun was shining bright. The sun was shining bright. It's like the sun raw, man. As me and Ranu ran inside the building in there. We was like, it seemed like we was on the highest top. I don't know if it had like 30 floors, 30 something or 20 something floors up. We was all in the top. We were just like, it's like each floor we were just breaking stuff. This don't belong here. We were just breaking, taking, smash stuff, punch stuff, blow stuff, all that stuff. Every floor we was going through. We was researching, throwing stuff around, looking at stuff. Okay, looking around and say, okay, you know, all right, everything's secure. There was no carbon beams. We didn't. Okay, let me make sure. It wasn't no carbon beams we didn't find. We were trying to see if it was some carbon beams and stuff. But it was the orcs for surely and stuff. They was getting their butts killed. They was getting their butts killed. They didn't want to mess with us. If I wasn't mistaken, maybe on certain other parts out there, it probably was war going on out there. But I don't know exactly where location we was at, but I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken, it probably had to be somewhere that me and Ray knew was discussion about. We were discussing about. And what we did yesterday, last night, he told me to put my hand in the portal, put my hand to the portal. And he wanted me to see what he see about the bodies, the carbon beings that are like taken away by these darn orcs. As far as I remember, I put my hand in the portal, closed my eyes. I put my hand in the portal close. I did that. And he sounded like he was guiding me, like, what you see? You see like a door, like a metal door. I said, yeah, it's like a metal thick door, like a big metal thick door. And it kind of like in my sight with how I seen it. You know how like the cash, not a cash register, but you go inside a bank and the big old door you turn. It seemed like it was like that, but it was a big door and like you open in the hall. It's like a hallway when we walk through. He's talking like yeah, you see like blood and stuff, and then as he was speaking of it, and I was seeing blood just dripping. It was like I told him it's like a trail. The hallway was like, I think one hallway straight down, certain lights you see. You can tell like in a certain building. It's like going almost into like a lab sort of type, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So he walked to the right, but he was in front of me, and I was behind him. So we walked to the right, and it was blood trail. And he said, man, you can smell like death in here. I said, yes, it does. You can smell the bodies in there. And as I was in it, I wasn't feeling so good, man, because I wasn't trying to show no emotion, because it's like, think about what Seema was saying about the video, how he was like into it. And I think about Ray New was talking about it. Then it's like, I seen certain portions of it. It's like, I'm feeling like, man, this is crazy, man. Throwing orcs, man, yo, I can't stand it. And walking through it, and it's like, you see cages of carbon beings, and he's saying, yeah, they look skinny. They starving to death in there, and they need help. I mean, man, they didn't look good at all. And you had one orc and like a darn table, whatever it was on. One darn orc was cutting up I think it was like they was opening up the body where the stomach at, where the solar plexus at, taking apart the body, eating them. I'm like, yo, this is some sick stuff, man. You eating certain body parts, and then he got in another room. I think it was a ladder. As Rainu was speaking, it was a ladder. As we kept walking, he said, all right, let's move forward. We were walking through certain rooms, like objects and stuff around. As far as I see in there, as I had my hand in the portal, my eyes closed. And I told him, I said, hey, I think I see another door. But it's like in there, you can see like it's like bodies, carbon bodies. And I told him, I said, it's like the movie Blade. When they first showed, and they quickly tried to show when in the beginning, part one, Blade, part one. When they start playing it, they saw the darn orcs was walking through. They had the body part. They had one part, they showed clips. You can tell it was carbon bodies inside the plastic bag. They showed some of it and they heard him and took the clip. They heard him move the camera away so you can't really see it. So it's like they're trying to show you something and they quickly move it away. So see if you catchphrased it. See if you caught on to it. And I looked in there and he said, it smell like death too? I said, yeah, man. It's like a freezer in there. You got the bodies hanging up like meat hooks and stuff in there. I mean, God, crazy. I was like, man, it's like they hanging pigs and stuff. I'm not calling them pigs, but it's like, you know, when they have meat hooker stores and markets or whatever, and they got the hooks. They stab up in there and they just bodies just laying down dead in plastic bags. And you got some, it's like in my mindset, you got some body parts just laid out and stuff. Open bodies, I couldn't stay there because I had to follow him. We were just walking through. They had cages in there. Yeah, they looked skinny. I said, it's the Holocaust. The Holocaust of us, carbon beings. And they had a book about that, though. Even though you can have, either we are the book, we can go within ourselves. But I remember kept seeing them a few times in my Instagram. I posted about it. And you got these darn orcs want to come on my page, want to get an emotion. Oh, we went through the Holocaust too. Well, good. That's good. That's good. But you ain't gonna do it like we did though. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad y'all went through it. Just some portions of it, not how we went through it. So good. So y'all bastards don't talk about the stuff we did, the Holocaust we went through, because we've been starving and been doing it for so long. Y'all ain't no near us at all. So what the freak y'all complaining about? Y'all have no business in complaining. You have no reason to complain. You don't. So stop BSing. Because y'all can get away with a lot of stuff. They can get away with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean, you're killing, you can get away. And then you don't get that much time in prison. We mostly get most lifetime in prison. And we are prisoners of war on our planet now. But yes, being in that portal, as far as I can remember, walking through some things, checking it out. Me and him talked about, yeah, when the shutdown happens, he gonna come to get me. We're gonna go there, go to that place. But before we go in there, we gotta have plans to go in there, because we can't just go up in there and destroying everything. We gotta make sure all carbon beings are safe. And when this happens, we're gonna make sure all the carbon beings make out safe and stuff. But we gotta go in there. It's like a cosmic mission. Walk up in there quietly but carefully, because you know they have cameras up in here in that place. There's cameras up in there. They got it in hidden places. Rainu was saying something about that. I said, I'm pretty sure they probably got one camera. As I first walked in, you see certain carbon beings. I see like they ain't like in these cages. It's so skinny looking, like skin and bones. Like I'm like, man, they starving them in there, and then they sitting there, you're cutting up certain other bodies. And I said, man, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard children. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know, it was certain children crying in there, but they weeping. There was some weeping going on. Some of them was sitting there. It was like they didn't like going through it. These darn orcs, you know, certain stuff to put on, maybe kaibo, whatever farm stuff they have on, or some scientific stuff, and they cut them. You know, you get objects you experience, you're cutting up bodies and all that stuff, and just doing this savage bunch of disgusting foul crap they was doing up in there. I didn't love it one bit. I was just like, don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. I mean, I had my hand in my head, but I had my hand out. Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. That's how I'm like. I'm like, wow, this ain't good, man. And if I do, we saw to, I'm pretty sure they're gonna sense that we are saving them, but I'm gonna let them know. Stay quiet, keep them calm. They make them feel like it's comfortable. It's all right. We got y'all. We are each other. We come here to save y'all and to destroy these orcs. Come save y'all. And Ray knew whatever he had stuff to do, he might do some things, and I might come take some, grab some carbon beans, take it with us and all that stuff. Direct them certain places, make them be quiet. It's like, make sure you be quiet. And that kind of thing. And yeah, from that point of view, things should be good. So yeah, that's as far as I can remember my dream. Me, just Ray knew. It was outside. It was sunny out that day. It kind of reminded me of that Denzel Washington joint. I forgot the name of it. It was something like that. It's like it was a lot of certain things. It seemed like it was mostly empty. Wherever we were located at, and we was putting out work, destroying certain. It was some orcs we just destroying them. I was saying shooting, boom, boom, hitting them, kicking them, and then using like all that power stuff. Going to build, checking every stuff out there, make sure there was no orcs in sight on that part. So I guess the dream realm wasn't that long. So that's another message that I got. I can say probably from Mother Kai, Mother Universe, or Mother Cosmos, one or the other. So I just wanted to touch on that and stuff and share that with y'all, whoever sees it. And yep. And yeah, I guess I can say that for now. But yeah, as far as me being outside, you know, thinking about my ancient past life, thinking about how I was, how did I look, what stuff I did, that sort of thing. Other than that, I had a good day. Enjoying nature, had the sunrise rising in me, pulling the energy. Just loving nature, feeling the trees like I was telling y'all, feeling the leaves and stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that's all I got right now. But enjoy yourselves. We got next. Peace, love, and light.